welcome back to My Cup of TV with Jenny,
JD, and Kat.
So, the originals, Season 1, Episode 2, House of the Rising Sun. But not sun as in sun, sun as in sun. Obviously got new characters, new town, Klaus, and since Klaus and Hayley are in this nice big house because he's now Dag and Elijah, so... Do you know what? That house is probably big enough that he can leave Daggered siblings in rooms rather than just coffins.
I hope that Rebekah turns up and removes the dagger out from Elijah.
I hope we get to see more of Marcel.
Also, that you know the show's called The Originals, not Klaus. So you do need more than one of them.
Yes. The spin-off Klaus and Co.
Yeah.
Selfish bastards. It's not just about you.
Instead of Modern Family,
No,
it's
not about
Klaus's
you,
family.
Klaus.
Yeah, okay. So please remember to like, comment and subscribe. In the comments, who would you most like to see appear in the originals?
Out of...
Or anyone.
SpongeBob? Or like...
Why not? We've got werewolves, we've got vampires, we've got hybrids, we've got witches. Why not have people, sponges from under the sea?
I just meant as in what you mean, like in the... Is there like a Vampire Diaries originals universe?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And are these the only 2 series in it?
There is a later one called Legacies, which I haven't seen before.
Okay. Who would I... Oh! Maybe Tyler can make an appearance. Like, what's up, Hayley? Anything new?
Well, he's not over in the Vampire Diaries,
Clearly.
so maybe this is where he is.
Clearly, he's fucking deferred a semester, and Caroline hasn't heard from him, so...
Despite my brother's best efforts, I have a plan of my own. I will be king.
He was genuinely surprised at that stab,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Why did
The
he
city
kill
of
the other
York.
guy?
People
Marcel?
of all stripes and
Yeah.
flavors from all over
There's
the
other
country
things in
that
play,
live
isn't
on
there?
our
I think
streets.
he wants to find out
Some are
first.
just looking. So we invite them into my home, and we give it to them.
Oh no. An abattoir.
Yeah.
Is that an M for mortal?
Then, at the
Or
start of
meat.
the night,
Because it's an
Marcel.
abattoir.
changes, and it's time to feed.
Midnight's feeding time.
It's quite an operation. Like a lot of graves.
Was that an M for Michelson?
Can't kill
For
them
their
all.
family?
Too many
Is that their
folks
family
go
crest?
missing. Tourism drops.
Hey! She's on the move. She just turned that blood into blusher.
Klaus, get out here and tell me what you've done with that brother, you narcissistic, backstabbing wanker!
Enough! With all the shouting. It'll
I love that she called him a wanker. It's so British.
remember this house as well as I.
Emil and I are in love. Please let me turn him.
If we turned every man you dropped your knickers for, then human beings would cease to exist and we'd have no bloody food. How dare you brother?
Oh shit. He's such a dick.
Yeah, there's no need for that.
Wasn't good enough for you.
No one was ever good enough for me, Nick. You made sure of that.
He does, he gets rid of any happiness she has.
He likes Stefan.
But for himself, not for her.
Not
Yeah.
for another drink.
As long as I'm carrying this baby, I can't leave New Orleans. If I do, they kill me.
Well, knowing Klaus is planning a box for you the second you give birth to whatever's cooking in your tum.
Doesn't look like she considered the fact that Klaus has no interest in her.
Turns out the governor had another son from a mother that he owned.
Perhaps you could help me diagnose my friend over here. Can't keep his mind off a girl.
That's a wingman.
Be a nice guy, and maybe the opportunity will present itself someday. Richard. Crushed aconite flower? Wolfsbane? What's a poison? We're gonna kill a wolf? Just a little one.
Oh.
You can't blame her. It'd solve all her current problems.
That's the need to feed coming on strong. A hunger for human blood. Drink it, you're a vampire. Don't, you die. Whoever picks up this coin gets to live forever. The other one dies. Damn, Got a thing about people who betray their own friends. Come on, let's go for a ride.
Poor guy.
So, Marcel doesn't know about Hayley.
No, they're keeping that
Right.
secret because she's a werewolf,
Mm.
and there's no werewolves in the court. I like his way of choosing people though.
Couldn't have kept them both. He said he had gaps to fill.
I think he was just trying to judge their character. He might find if neither of them had taken it, he might have said, "Okay, you're both in." But like I said, somebody who will turn on their friend like that.
Yeah, true.
She's my family.
Oh, you said I was family. I have begged you to turn me into a vampire.
And I told you I will turn you when you're ready.
I do enjoy this episode, seeing this history between Klaus and Marcel. Kind of explains why he hasn't just killed him, like Kat was saying.
You're a dick.
Just got a tip. Someone saw a werewolf in Youngville Park.
Get a couple night walkers to run it down. Bring me back its head.
This will be very interesting to see if Klaus does care about her or not.
One upset stomach and all this stupid drama.
You say about her, she's carrying the baby, so... Until they're two separate things, you can't tell.
But we also don't actually know if what they gave her is wolfsbane or not.
True.
You can't necessarily trust what they've given her.
I have had it up to here with vampires telling me what to do.
Go, Rebekah.
What were you doing in the bloody French Quarter in the first place?
I was buying poison so I could put your little baby out of its misery.
Your hands off her. She is pregnant, for God's sake. All of this bluster about not wanting the child, and then the second she tells you she's ready to get rid of it, it's okay to care.
I think it's interesting that Hayley's privy to these emotional, like, personal moments. And they're just trusting her.
Marcel.
Sorry, I spoke over it. He gave Elijah to Marcel.
was nervous.
Yeah, so as I said, it's interesting that they're just allowing Hayley all this information, trusting that she's not going to try and screw them over.
They don't really have a choice. She is like the catalyst for a lot of them. So it makes sense that she's seeing them because she is the one provoking them.
Yeah.
In a way, like those emotional feelings and whatnot. So it's not her fault. It's not like you could be like, sorry, can you just nip out? Like,
And plus, it's interesting to see Klaus's reaction to the idea of her getting rid of that baby.
yes, however, we don't know if that was genuine care about his child or a child, or if it was an insult to something of his.
Yeah, I have to admit, I was thinking, like, is it because how dare you do this without my decision?
On my child.
Yeah.
If I say I
Yeah.
don't want it, it's different.
Yeah.
And which I have to say is totally misogynistic. And I'm not saying that is, but I'm saying that thinking is very misogynistic. And you do actually see that in real life of men. Of that, if I say I can get rid of it, it's okay. But if someone else was to get rid of my egg, you know what I mean? My legacy, you're like, fuck off, mate.
But I also think that, and you know, many men may feel this, it must be scary to think that there's something you want, there's something to do with you, but you have no control over it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, she has, you know, say some control, but do you know what I mean? A growing baby, there's nothing.
She was put in that position too.
Yeah, I'm just saying that must be really scary to not have any control over what happens. Even more so for him because he can't feel it, he can't.
But no offence, call me getting on my feminist soapbox, but I'm really sorry, that's obviously a very difficult position for a privileged white man to be in. Oh, one thing I don't have control over in my
Well, I
world.
just mean for any
Nah.
for any man
No, for sure.
with a
But
a pregnant partner. Because I know that some guys...
When it comes from a place of genuine empathy and wanting to help, but not when it's, I don't have control over something of mine, of my domain. Or
but
what,
then we
you
know
what I mean?
that for Klaus, everything for him is about control.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't handle well not being in control.
Yeah. But that also doesn't make it okay. You can't act like an arsehole.
Oh, no.
So
But
I'm glad that Rebecca's keeping him in check and calling him on his shit.
Yeah, especially because Rebekah, you know, on the phone to Elijah was like, why should I care about some pregnant girl? I don't care. She's been quite dismissive of Hayley in their interactions, yet she saved her from the vampires.
She doesn't wish them any harm.
And then with Klaus, it's like she said, she's pregnant, how dare you?
But I think also Rebekah could be coming at this from a treatment of women perspective because she's been on the receiving end of that.
Yeah.
I mean, think of how many... We live in a patriarchal society, but think of the misogyny that Rebekah's had to put up with if she didn't want to blow her cover as a vampire. My God, I could never be a vampire. I'd kill all the misogynists I see.
And I think for Rebekah, she's... When it came to like the cure and stuff, she's spoken about how she wants to be human and have a family.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, so... I wonder if she's jealous a little bit.
I know you don't know me very well, but thanks.
Emil wasn't the only boyfriend of mine that Klaus killed. He did it again. And again, every time I found someone to care about.
It's like he wants to keep her to himself.
He said he was no one was ever good enough for his little sister.
No, because no one will ever be good enough because you've decided that.
My brother will kill you.
And I'll die smiling.
But you, dear sister, need a lesson in what you can and cannot take from me.
See, that's interesting. That's not about Rebekah. That's about Marcel.
You know, Marcel, I found them under your coffin. So if a couple of antique steak knives were the only thing stopping you from getting Elijah back, then here you go.
That would be really nice if they can have a genuine friendship. Because we've said that, haven't we, throughout Vampire Diaries?
I am your
Rebekah needs a girlfriend.
That we want that for Rebekah, yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that. Who the hell are you? Davina.
That's what he has.
Yeah.
When I was fighting off those vampires, I realized I wasn't just protecting myself. And I realized I wouldn't let anyone hurt it.
I'm beginning to think we're a lot alike.
It's nice to see them actually.
This whole thing with Marcel.
No.
I got to see the secret weapon of his that you've been going on about. A girl, Davina. She caught me when I was 16 and I've never felt power like that. She's not just any witch, she's something I've never seen before.
I'm gonna need you to figure out how we kill an original.
Okay, so House of the Rising Sun being Marcel. Yeah, if we go back to Marcel and Klaus meeting for the first time, we actually saw some humanity from Klaus.
But again, it's so hard, okay? I don't claim to be like a psychologist or anything, but he connected with the idea of Marcel because of what he had been through himself. So it's not like he connected with somebody or he saw somebody suffering that was nothing to do with himself. He connected with him because he saw himself and his own experience in Marcel.
Yeah.
So that it's still not selfless, if that makes sense. He only saw it because that's what he's been through, which yes does give you a different type of empathy. But true empathy and giving from Klaus would be for him to see someone who is suffering in a way that he couldn't ever relate to, but yet he would help that person anyway.
Yes, but he had nothing to gain by intervening by taking him under his wing. You know, he's chosen to care about someone.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting you say. I don't know if he chose to care about him. Like you said, I think he saw himself in Marcel from that experience. But either way, I mean, it's a good result that he did care enough to help that young boy.
And I do find it really interesting that where Rebekah's telling the story of how Klaus always killed her boyfriends and so she stopped loving and all of that.
He's so creepy.
Because
I swear he wants to keep Rebekah to himself.
Yeah, but I mean, the idea that no one's good enough for her and he knows best. Whereas with Marcel...
He's mine.
Yeah, it was he's mine.
Yeah.
What you can't take from me.
Yeah. It's always a reflection of him.
Yeah.
It's always come back to him. He's an absolute narcissist.
But it's just interesting to see that the way he's always viewed Rebekah's relationships, except that one.
Yeah. But either way, the only person in any of those scenarios that matter to him is himself.
Yeah.
So...
Obviously, Rebekah... This is a very Rebekah-focused episode.
It's good, though.
And her... Do you know what it was nice to see? Is we did see Rebekah love stories from the past, but there was no Rebekah love story here. It was Rebekah on a mission, putting her foot down, acting like the powerful bitch that she is. You know how sometimes in the Vampire Diaries she's been nicey until she throws a temper tantrum. This wasn't that. This was her in control and using her power.
Through all of that journey we've gone through, she got to that point of no return, right? She barely went back there.
Yeah.
She only went back there because she couldn't get hold of Elijah anymore.
Yeah.
She knew that was weird.
Yeah.
So she got worried. So she didn't actually come back for Klaus. She came back for Elijah. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, she got to a point where she was just done with Klaus.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it was a Rebekah-focused episode.
And I do feel like she did get through to him in places in this episode. Like with the whole, when he was strangling Hayley and she had a go at him, and it felt like she was getting through to him about that. And about it's okay to want it and to care.
Yeah.
And then at the end there with, actually you've put Elijah in danger.
Yeah. This is on you.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say that there was no relationships in this one for Rebekah. Obviously, as you say, we saw the history with Marcel and then a little bit now where they're at now. Actually, the relationship for Rebekah in this one was with her and Hayley.
Yeah.
Which would be nice if she can actually have a friendship. And with someone different of all things, with a werewolf of all things.
Yeah.
So that would be interesting. But I really like it because Hayley doesn't come at anything like she's self-righteous because she knows she's got her own baggage and she's come from a less than ideal scenario, but she does speak sense and with it's not tarnished with judgment, but she's just kind of like, you know, you still love him, but what's with this and what's with that. So I feel like she's almost like being a good sounding board for Rebekah to actually have those conversations with someone who's completely separate from the originals and is not... Hayley's not wooed by all of their reputation and whatnot. So she, you know, she's actually quite a good person for Rebekah to have those conversations with.
And I think, I know it's called The Originals, it's about the originals, but Hayley's kind of a key piece in this who's kind of in the background for most of it, just watching, observing. She's taking on board all these the dynamics, because even though obviously she slept with Klaus and she always had that banter with Klaus and stood up to him, she's almost observing it as a sudden, I don't really know him. And she's learning a lot about him. And like with her trying to kill the baby, that came after Rebekah's comment of basically, he wants the baby, not you.
Yeah,
so
you will be in trouble. Yeah.
And to be fair, we don't know with Klaus. I wouldn't put it past him for her to give birth and him to take the baby and go. Or to kill her, and it's all mine now.
Yeah, I just don't know.
I like that she found the daggers
Yeah.
for Rebekah and was like,
If that's what's stopping you, yeah. But again, I like that she approached Rebekah almost like, I can see an ally in you.
Yeah.
And it's also interesting from what we saw of Hayley in the Vampire Diaries, she was very She was quite bitchy. She was very... She had that tough front.
She's being a bit more mature now.
Yeah, and obviously she screwed over Tyler and the hybrids. Whereas we're seeing, a bit more of a vulnerability now.
Well, she's in a very vulnerable situation. It would force that, wouldn't it?
But she's less mouthy compared to how she was.
She's literally out of her element. She knows nothing.
Yeah,
so I think she's doing the right thing in a way. She's keeping her ears and her eyes open. She's learning everything she can. But also, I think because Rebekah saved her from those vampires, I think that made her realise.
But like I said, it shows you, when you look at how she was before, what a front she puts up.
Oh, for sure, yeah. But no doubt she's had to.
Yeah.
Like she said, she got kicked out, so...
And seeing... I love the conversation between her and Klaus when it was just them, no bravado, and her admitting that actually when it came down to it, her instinct was to protect that baby, and that told her what she needed to know, basically. That made her decision for her. Which, I'm sure there are plenty of people who aren't sure what they're doing until it's put to the test, and then they know what they want.
Yeah.
And for him to open up a bit about... and just to show her a bit of a gentler side, listening to her, Because, you wouldn't put it past Klaus to go, too right you won't, because I've said so, and you'll, Yeah. And like you said, though, maybe a bit of a understanding that they do have that in common of their history.
Yeah, it is nice of Klaus, but again, I'm not going to go past the fact that that's bare minimum. I'm not going to celebrate Klaus for showing bare minimum. If he showed the woman he got pregnant a slight bit of softness, rather than being the arrogant, violent dick. Because he also choked her the night before. Yeah. So I'm not going to, celebrate his bare minimum and be like, oh, praise. He's turned a new leaf. I don't think so.
Well, Klaus put his plan into action. He told us the steps he's taking. But yet again, a lot of your arguments with Rebekah could have been avoided if you'd have let her in on the plan in the beginning.
Yeah. And then she went and found out some information anyway. Yeah. So that's good.
So he's infiltrated Marcel's group through a new vampire. And he's just putting his pieces in place. He's playing the long game.
I'd like to know who this Davina is.
Yeah, because she's only like... Would you say she looks like 16 or something? Yeah. But he's been alive too long, Marcel, to be her father, right?
Well, we don't know anything about her, so we don't know if she's 16. Look, she is 16, or she's 16 and she's not getting any older.
Yeah, how long has she been 16?
How long has she been 16?
But he referred to her as honey, like a term of endearment.
I wonder if because they were saying they thought Marcel was dead when they fled. Yeah. So I'm wondering if something's happened, that she saved him or something, and then...
So she's helped him with the takeover of the town.
Or with him, or they've taken over the town together, and he's just the face. Because frankly, without her, he's not got much.
But then why have we only seen her up in that attic? Is she fucking Rapunzel? She's stuck up there? Like what? Why have we only seen her in her fucking nightdress in that attic? We've not seen her out and about anywhere else.
She's all powerful.
Yeah. Why is she up there? Is she hiding? Yeah. Is she captive or... Her. Yeah.
Because clearly she's his power. Like without her, he can't stop the witches. Yeah.
Well, if we are to learn from Marcel that he learned to be as manipulative as Klaus, for all we know, he's keeping her up there and he's telling her that there are people on the outside trying to get to you and you've got to stay here. Do you know what I mean? He could be feeding her lies. Who knows? If she is... Because yes, she seems very powerful, but if she's also young in other ways, then how do we know if she's mature enough to actually... call his bullshit not being manipulated.
It was interesting as well that Rebekah actually stopped when she was like, I wouldn't do that. And Rebekah actually stopped putting the dagger out.
It's because she pushed it back in with her power.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought Rebekah did that to be like, what?
But that whole situation did throw Rebekah off. No pun intended, because she was literally thrown across the room and out the window.
But it would do, wouldn't it? Because they're used to being the most powerful, and now they've got a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
And like she said, she was able to delete the location from her memory. yet they left the information that she knows about Davina. So almost that's a power play in itself, isn't
Camille, she observed that Camille is something.
He protected her, yeah.
So
I like Camille though. She did what a lot of people in these shows don't do, that we say. She's like, he's damaged, that's not good for me. No.
She's actually being a voice of reason, a smart woman, love it. Yeah. It's interesting. There's all these different chess pieces being moved around, so I'm intrigued to keep watching and seeing where it goes.
I did like in the beginning though, showing us how it works with Marcel's vampires. That they have that party, they invite some tourists to. Then at midnight they feed on them. Then they give them blood to heal them, compel them to forget and send them off. So you don't get all these missing people.
No, but
the vampires get to feed, and he has his night walkers and his day walkers. So only the inner circle have the daylight rings. So the night walkers are, working hard to earn one.
And he's obviously getting the rings from his witch.
So it's smart. It's a hierarchy that he controls.
But the main thing is, if she is this biggest power, how come Marcel controls her? Or has her ear at the very least? Like, what's that about? I don't know. We shall see.
Yeah, we didn't see much of the witches in this one. This was more about the history of Marcel and the originals. So
it'd be interesting to find out, like you said, Kat, how much do the witches know about this Davina, and how did that come to be? I mean, what's interesting though is, and I don't know if it's just coincidence, but the girl who did Davina, as well as the two, is it Devereaux witches? They all look very similar. They could be sisters. So I don't know if it's like a family member that...
She said they practice ancestral magic, didn't
Yeah.
she? So they have to be there.
So I don't know if she's a member of that family.
So maybe she's drawing on all the power because no one else is using it at the moment. I don't know quite how it works, but
But she's, I think she's part of one of their family lines, obviously, because, you know what I mean, they've all got, like, those sisters, and they've got the same colourings and whatnot, so it could just be coincidence. But you know how, like, when we've seen Bennett witches and things like that, and they're all these wonderful, powerful black women, and we're like, oh, okay, it actually turns out that they are from the same line. I don't know if this Davina has, happens to just, she looks like the two Devereaux sisters. I don't know.
Okay.
Who knows? But also that would also explain maybe why they're not mentioning anything about Davina, if they also, their plan and their rules that they said have to be in place with their plan is maybe to, who knows, fucking Davina could be under some sort of spell or manipulation or something and they want to get her back. Who knows?
Okay. So that was our reaction to the original Season 1 Episode 2 House of the Rising Sun. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.